Cool on the top. Ain't no nothing praise. Means no worries for the rest of your days. Cool. Oh, shoot.
It's our problem.
It's a problem-free philosophy. Cool now. I forgot about that part.
Hello, friends. This is Carrie White, and you are listening to the Misconceptions podcast.
What is going on? Where am I? Why am I on an island? And who is this person in front of me? They're acting like they know me. They keep talking to me like we've known each other for a long time, yet I do not recognize them. There are other people here who are looking at me like they know me, but I do not recognize them. And man, my head hurts. Why is there this glowing thing on my head? Seriously, what is going on? Someone's got to explain something.
Previously on Misconceptions, the crew went to an island to finally confront Dr. Piotr Jacobi, a scientist who was doing some sort of experiments with people and animals. Faye and Esther found some of the animals that had been experimented on and set them free, while Bill and Rin found the good doctor, or rather the exact opposite of a good doctor, and his latest creation, the newest perfect specimen, Jimmy the Butcher, one of their old enemies from season 1, and he had been experimented on, increased in strength and power, and a fight broke out. During the fight, in a last-ditch effort to save everybody and himself from Jimmy the Butcher, Rin cranked, for lack of a better term, his legendary incapacitator gun up to 11 to blast Jimmy the Butcher away, and in the fight, but something went horribly awry. The gun exploded, disappearing from Rin's hands, never to be seen again. Everyone was blasted back. A hole was blasted in the ceiling of this cave and an island that they were on. Jimmy the Butcher escaped through the hole, worse for wear, but not defeated. And the crew picked themselves up, with Faye finding Rin, but Rin opening his eyes and not recognizing Faye and not remembering any of the past year with the crew. And that is where we pick up this episode.
I'm sorry, but who are you?
Ben, seriously, do you always have to make jokes about everything? Like, can you just get up and... You just blew up the whole place.
I'm sorry, I blew up something? That doesn't sound like me.
Okay, whatever. And she, starts to walk off a little bit and is, looking for Jacobi. And she, turns back. Well, can you at least, help me look for Jacobi while you're just laying there?
Who is Jacobi?
What do you mean, who is Jacobi? The whole reason we're down here.
Yeah, I have no idea why we're down here. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what this island is. Last time I woke up, I was in the city, and now I'm here with you, someone I don't know, looking for some Jacobi person who is what, our friend?
Bill?
Bill, you shift where you're laying, and like all these rocks and rubble like kind of pour off of your body. You are on the other side of what would have been the plexiglass, but now it's just rubble everywhere. You do remember Jacoby was next, kind of near you, when the place exploded, and you hear Faye call your name.
Yeah.
I think I need your help. Esther, are you coming?
Yeah.
Where's Jacoby?
I don't know. I haven't found him yet. But I do have Ren here, and he's either being a jerk, which is, very possible, or he literally doesn't know who I am.
Ren, this woman that you don't know and have no idea who she is talking to a cowboy with tattoos on his arm. And Esther, do you still have your armor?
Yes.
Okay. And this armored figure, but like some of the armor is torn and dented, and a lot of it is actually kind of missing. But you see these two people step into view.
Whoa, what is going on here? You have armor and your tattoos. What? You have a shield? What is going on?
Esther is going to... Sorry. Esther is going to, like, whatever it is that she has to do, like, push her ring and whatever it is to, like, remove the armor.
Okay, so the armor, like, recedes into your ring. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, how did you make that happen? Seriously. I have no idea what's going on here.
Don't concern yourself with details that aren't important right now.
I think we need to get out of here. Do we want to try to find Jacoby?
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull out some tattoo shovels on my hands, start shifting rubble around near where I remember seeing him.
Okay.
I'm helping you with the roots.
Yeah. So Rin, you see glowing shovels appear over this dude's hand, and you see this woman that was talking to you waves her hands back and forth, and these tree roots appear in between the rocks and start shifting them and moving them. And as you two dig, you find Jacoby. As you remember, Bill, the last time you saw him, he was holding these vials, mixing it together, this concoction that he was going to throw at you. But it shattered and got onto his chest. It ate through his clothes and his chest and his ribs, and you can see his exposed innards, his heart dully beating, barely alive. But you see him awful, grisly. He's staring with... He was wearing these dark goggles, but one of the glasses that is shattered, and the other just caved in, and you can only imagine the damage behind that. But you see the eye that's behind that one shattered goggle is looking at you frantically.
Faye turns and throws up.
So is he our friend, or is he a good guy or a bad guy that we're looking for?
He's nobody's friend.
Okay.
Bill, what do we do?
I think we gotta bring him. He has answers we need.
How are we gonna transport a man that doesn't have a torso?
I mean, if he dies, he dies, but we can't do nothing.
Okay. I'll grab his feet.
Wait, is he ripped in half?
No, his his chest cavity is just exposed.
Yeah.
His meat and muscle and everything is has been eaten away.
But I'm getting as far from all of that as I can.
I pick him up.
You attempt to move him, and without the support of his rib cage, you grab underneath his arms, and it just folds in on itself like a board game. And you do that not expecting it, because whenever you pick up somebody by their arms, they have a rib cage, and that doesn't happen. And so you kind of let him go, and he slumps back to the ground. He coughs up more blood and gore.
I don't think we're gonna get him out of here. Whatever answers we want, we better get him now. Though I don't think he's capable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy doesn't look too good.
Some things don't change.
Jacoby, can you talk?
I will see you in hell.
Come again?
He's gonna see us in hell.
Feeling good.
Would you like us to shoot you and end your misery?
He smiles with blood-stained teeth. My creation is free.
That wasn't really an answer. So...
Guys, we can't
Shoot
kill
him in
this
the
person.
You are the last person to talk about killing people, but we'll get to that later.
I don't know. It seems inhumane to be asking him questions as he's coughing up blood.
We need to take this guy to a hospital. Get him some real help.
We are nowhere near a
You really
hospital.
think we're gonna get him to a hospital in time?
We can't even pick him up.
Well, I have no idea where we are, but I think it's
nowhere
possible.
near a hospital.
Well, do any of y'all know how to help someone with these types of problems?
How to build a rib cage?
Yep.
No, I don't. I don't know that. Do you know that, Esther?
Nope. Bill?
I mean, I can make a tattoo ribcage, but I don't think it'll do him much good. He's basically dead. Honestly, he deserves it.
You're not wrong.
I don't think anyone deserves to die.
Okay, so what are we gonna do?
Well, in all this time we've been talking, did he die?
You look over and his head has lolled to the side. The eye you can see is glassed over. He has died, but he has a blood-drenched smile on his face.
Oh, gosh.
It's cool. The dogs will eat it off of him.
Oh, come on.
Hey,
We released them.
live by the sword, die by the sword.
Put Jacoby note card up.
Jacoby goes into the dead pile. Goes into the Yu-Gi-Oh graveyard.
Okay, so we should get Ren to Deja, I guess.
Who's Deja?
You'll find out soon enough.
He's just like this brand new boy walking around.
Ooh.
You're brand new.
Okay, so y'all leave the cavern.
Can, as we leave, can I, how would it be that much time to, peek back in the, where Esther and I were and see if, all of those creatures are gone?
Yes, with the explosion and the excitement, they ran.
Okay, go. That's it. That's all I wanted to
Okay.
do.
You climb up the stone steps that eventually turn into wooden steps, and you go into where the house would have been. But now there's a giant gaping hole in the middle of it. It's kind of caved in on itself. There are some floorboards left, but it is a sign of destruction. And as you leave the house, you go into the lawn that's protected by the white picket fence. And those animals or those beast creatures are no longer at the picket fence.
Well, this doesn't seem to be the most pleasant of places. Where are we, anyways?
Shutter Island.
That makes sense.
To the boat?
Is the boat still there?
Y'all climb down the foliage ladder.
That sounds very leading.
Mm-hmm.
How about I fly down?
So I'm feeling like the correct answer is no.
I'll fly down.
Okay, Bill, you hop on a cloud. Ren, this tattooed cowboy, hops on a cloud that just appears out of nowhere and just goes off the side of the cliff. Your boat is still there, and But as you're going, Bill, you hear like some splashes and snarls. And you look over and you see different beastmen like jumping into the water and just like, for lack of a better term, dog paddling away from the island.
It looks like whatever curse he had on them wore off because they're swimming. All the creatures are swimming away. But the boat's still there, so let's go. Let's get off this cursed island.
Wait, so all the creatures are gonna end up in the city?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
As long as we're cool with that.
I mean, are we just gonna like mow them down?
I'm feeling good about things.
I don't know what option we have.
I'm good with getting off this island.
Brent, shut up.
To the SUV.
Okay, we fast forward. You pull into Pier 10 because that was where you stole the boat from.
It's actually Pier 11.
Pier 11 was Jacoby's. You stole the boat from Pier 10.
Oh.
But you pull back in, you exit. Dawn is just beginning to break across the city.
Yeah, it is.
A new dawn, some might say, for some.
As we were going, could we see if the creatures were able to keep swimming, or were they like not making it? Like, I imagine that it's a pretty good distance from the island to the city.
Were you wanting to follow them?
No. I'm just curious, like, as we were going, were they like keeping up with us?
Did they die in the ocean,
Yeah,
or
that's the
are they
question.
alive?
I mean, you see some are... The ones you see are making it. You don't know if some didn't.
Did they like travel the same way we were going?
Kind of. The harbor is kind of a U shape, and so you went down to the middle where the harbor or the pier is, and they were just going in all directions.
Okay.
Some of them were going out to like the ocean, but they didn't know any better. They were just swimming.
Again, who are you? Why was I on a boat?
We don't have time.
For what?
Let's get in the SUV, start driving, and then we can all introduce ourselves and maybe catch Ren up.
Sure, I'll get into an SUV with strangers. That makes sense. That sounds safe.
I mean, you got on a boat with us, so...
Well, I was trapped on an island, so...
Extra pushes him in the water.
Oh my god.
Faye pulls him back out.
It's almost like it didn't happen. But anyways, keeping on.
All right, yeah, let's get in the SUV.
Okay, so you get in the SUV. Where are y'all going?
Anywhere but here.
The bar. Do you want to go to his business? Maybe he made a video for himself in case he got amnesia again.
Oh, we're talking about Ren's business. I was really confused.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna take you to your business, bud. You probably don't know what it is, but you'll see.
Oh, that's right. I did have a business at one point in time. That's interesting.
What was your business at one point in time?
Oh, I was very famous.
Oh?
And then my partner sold me out.
What was your business?
It was a tech company, and we were inventing new software that was going to revolutionize the tech industry. It was very like army and stuff, defense contracts, things like that.
Who was your partner? Partner.
His last name was St. George, but you could give him whatever first name you want.
Paul St. George.
Oh. I feel like I'm learning more about you now that you have amnesia than I think I've ever had. All right, Ren. Well, this is the year 2019, and you are a futuristic person who sometimes does good things and often does some not so great things. So you shoot people, but you're a pacifist, and you sometimes take over machines and make them do things. And I'm Faye.
Bill and Esther look at each other.
I'm Esther.
I'm Bill.
That's not true. His name is Bill. She's Esther.
I figured so. I figured they would have gender normative names.
It's 2019, mate.
You look more like a Bill anyways.
All right. Well, I'm Bill. We met you about 5 minutes ago. You were very annoying. You still are. I'm sure of it. But yeah, you're a cyborg, mate, and we're gonna figure this out. All right?
Well, thanks. That means a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm
I still hate
Esther.
him.
You say that out loud?
Yes, I did.
He's just like,
I don't even know you.
I just gave you your whole backstory. You didn't say a word to me. He tells you one thing, and you're like, thanks, that means a lot.
Thank you for giving me my backstory.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry, Esther, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's pretty much all I had to say. I'm Esther.
Cool.
So I'm assuming y'all been in the car driving while you're having this conversation. So the SUV you're in pulls up to the little small building just on a street in the city. Ren, you don't recognize this building at all, but you look up, and above the glass door it says Pascal and Associates.
Hey, that's my name.
Well, at least he knows his own name.
True.
So I guess this is my business?
that's actually none of your business. All right, let's go inside.
Going inside, there's a little tinkle of the bell, and since it is very early morning, no one's here yet. But when you walk in, there is a room, and there is a desk over here with some very dirty, very unkempt. And then over on the other side is a desk that is very pristine. And in the back, there's a door, and it has Ren, just like the name Ren on it.
I guess I'll go and check into my office to see if there's any clues about apparently this last year that I've missed. If you don't mind me, I'll just step back in there. Just gonna go in there.
Okay, Ren walks into his office.
I follow.
Faye walks in with him.
So, and I like pull up the computer and it says like password. And I'm like, well, shoot. Wasn't expecting this. So I type in the like pet snail or something that I had like growing up. And it's like incorrect. I'm like, dang it. So then I type in my favorite color a year ago. And I type that in. And it says failed. And I'm like, shoot. Faye, do you happen to know my password?
I'm gonna flash back.
Oh, really?
Why not?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Or not.
really?
I'm not gonna flash back.
No, where are you flashing back?
To a time when. Well, okay. I'm gonna tell you what the flashback I was thinking, and
Okay.
you tell me if it's more Ren's decision.
Okay.
So the time that we were in there when Deja came in, and was like thinking that she was gonna have a night with Ren, and we were like all helping, like fix him up and fix ourselves up. I'm gonna say that Faye like was looking around and stumbled across something that like, whether it was like a binder that had all of his like passwords, or if it was something that was even like information about myself, like something that he would have created
Okay.
after the accident. I don't know. Is that too much Ren's story though?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Ren, Zach, are you okay with that?
Yeah, maybe. I guess to go off of that, I was thinking like when you're talking about like some stuff about me, maybe it's like a Rubik's Cube or something that like has information inside of it that like you have to like solve the puzzle in order to like get the information. Does that make sense?
That is a great idea, but I would have never stumbled across it.
Well, like it was just like on my desk and you said, hey, what is this? And I told you.
Like if you solve it, there's data inside of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Flash out.
Oh, well, there was this one time that you told me that you had some stuff stored in this Rubik's Cube, and if you can solve the puzzle, then you can get it. I can't solve that, but you may be able to.
Well, that's true. I guess I'll give it a try.
So Ren busies himself with a Rubik's Cube for a while. What's everybody else doing?
I am going to go to like the break room area and search out a first aid kit.
Okay. The break room is just a table.
There's no cabinets in here?
No.
And then
There is a
walk
closet
out.
that is full of buckets.
Ah, buckets. I pull out a bucket and I sit down.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've sustained injuries, so I'm really not used to this feeling. So I'm just gonna like go sit in
On a bucket next to me.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on a bucket and just like lean against the wall and be like, like poking my burn.
So Esther, as you sit down with the familiar pain of injury, Bill sits down next to you like, ow.
How's it going?
This is freaking garbage.
Yep. Really sucks. More
Yeah.
so for me than you, because you're not really injured, but
What are you talking about? I'm burned. All right, I'm injured. My mind's not right. This is terrible. You probably never felt like this in your life.
she refrains from punching him at this time. But her fist did ball up.
By this time, Ren, you solve the cube. You click it open, and there's like a, I don't know, what would you have your data on in there?
It would just be like a USB drive or something.
Okay.
And so you like pops the USB drive into the computer and it all these algorithms pop up and eventually it's logged in.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I guess anything about this past year or anything about the thing that's in my head or I would like to roll and investigate.
Okay. What could you add to it?
I have digital data implants, but do I know that I have digital data implants? Other than there is like a whirring noise.
There's definitely a whirring noise in your head. Even if you don't know how to do it, maybe it's like kind of like a muscle memory thing for you to use it. So maybe you could use that.
So what about flashes of the future and flashes of the future?
I don't think flashes of the future would help you know what had happened.
That's true. Okay, so what if I did technopathy and everything is binary?
Okay. Don't you have like a secret lab or something?
Oh yeah, I do have a secret lab. I forgot about that. I just never use Pascal and Associates.
Well, I mean, now you are here. So do you have anything from that to add?
But would he know that he has a secret lab?
Good question. He might not know he has a secret lab. But do you have any other tags?
I guess we would know.
Yeah.
Software engineer, #1 employee, which is Deja.
Yeah, Deja. Do you want to use your software engineer?
Yeah, software engineer.
Okay, so software engineer, digital data, or not digital data, technopathy, and what was the third one?
What about like data mining?
Data mining would be perfect for this.
Yeah.
So a +3?
Could I
Yep.
use a help point and just be like, You have a secret lab.
He yells from the other
Just be a
room.
+1 whenever he's like, oh.
Sure. So from the other room, go ahead and erase one of your help points for Rin. And Rin, you get a +1 to your roll.
So
Bill says you have a, +4.
Bill says I have a secret lab. I got a 14.
Wow. You get 4 clues.
She remembers everything about it. And we just keep going.
Game continues.
I was on the wrong side. So yeah, like, what is the thing on my head?
What is Rin?
What is the thing in your head? I like the idea, Zach. This is up to you. Is Rin the type of person that like has vlogs and recording of himself like debriefing after a mission? Like, well, this happened today. Bill
Like,
was a
is
dick,
he
and I
Iron
had
Man?
to save the day.
Dear diary.
Yeah. Like, do you have like
Yeah.
kind of entries of your war on crime?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like entries on like, this is what I did, or these are the, like when I did like change the games and stuff, these are the certain kind of like things that
totally.
I created, and
Yeah.
yada, yada,
So
yada.
you pull up these videos and you're playing them and listening to them. And there's a video of you like inspecting your head, like, I don't know what this is. Like, it's really weird and it hurts. And then like go to the next video. Well, I found out I can connect and talk to machines. It's really weird. And like go to the next video. Sometimes I hear this static in my head and there's a voice that tells me to do things, and go to the next one. Well, I have to kill somebody and I don't think I'm ready for it. You don't say who the person is.
Okay. And then investigate about the business, and
Also, do you play these videos with Faye in the room?
I guess so, without even realizing it.
Okay, so I'll ask you the question. Do you want that out there for Faye to know?
Yes.
Like, I can redact that. Like, narrative-wise, we can say that didn't happen if you think it would be more interesting for Faye to know that you have to kill somebody, but she doesn't know who it is and you don't know who it is.
I think narratively, I think it would be good for Faye to know, and then me also have no idea.
Okay. So
what
Faye, you
Ren is
hear
talking
the
about.
confession of a recorded Ren saying, you know, I have to kill somebody, I don't know if I'm ready for it. And you're kind of just standing there and... Okay, you got 3 more questions, Ren.
Her eyes too big.
What is my relationship with Deja?
Search up Deja. I hired this new worker, Deja. She seems really good. She's going to really help Pablo and I around the store. You recognize Pablo. He used to work with you at the other place.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, Deja's really mad at me. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't get what her deal is. Next recording. I think Deja kissed me? Next recording. Yeah, I don't understand Deja at all. 2 more questions.
What is my relationship with the crew, or like these people?
Okay. You find videos of Esther. Esther has some anger issues. She's mad, and ever since her bar got destroyed, she's even more mad. To Bill. This dude used to run around with some shady people? We killed his boss? But it's okay, because Esther's friend Javi got us out of it. And then Faye. Faye hates me. I don't know why. I'm really helpful, but she just hates me.
Faye like side glances at him and just still doesn't say anything. She's just like leaning against the door frame.
And you have one more question, right?
Yeah. I cannot think of what would be a good question. Is there like anything on my recordings that talks about like amnesia or anything like that?
You talk about kind kind of going off of the, like, there's something in my head and it hurts, and it's, there's a voice. I can't remember what happened that night. I found a warehouse, and this voice talked to me, and kind of, I think it made me like this. And, then it wants me to kill somebody, but I don't know if I'm ready to do it. So, like, yeah, like you've had amnesia before, like the night after your crash, you don't remember what happened. Of course, you're like, night that happened after my crash, I just had a crash.
Yeah.
Because you just woke up from it.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So, basic rundown of what's going on.
Yep.
Cool. All right, I think I'm almost up to speed about what happened. So, you're Faye. We had some kind of hoedown at some bar that Esther owned where a monster crashed in and destroyed it.
Yeah, I mean, that happened.
So when did that happen?
A while ago. A lot has happened since then.
And now we chase this Jacoby person who has now died.
Yes.
So what are we doing now?
We hadn't quite figured that out. We usually have team meetings about this time.
Okay.
We're ready when y'all are.
Ow.
Also, I
Esther
realize that I'm
punches him.
really...
Hello, friends, and welcome to the mid-roll section of episode 55 of Mistconceptions. I'm your host, David White. And how are you enjoying this episode? I hope you are enjoying it. I hope you're loving that crisp, clear audio, minus the fan that was in the background, because it was hella hot in that room that we were recording in. But I hope you're enjoying this episode, because it is the penultimate episode of Season 2. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so penultimate, for those of you that don't know, it means second to last. So this is the second to last episode of Season 2. Dun, dun, dun. I had to redo it just in case some people didn't get the emotional impact of that bit. Looking back on it, it might not have been that funny of a bit. But anyways, I hope you're enjoying this episode. Season 2 is almost done. I hope you're excited to listen to the last 2 episodes of Misconceptions. A little update on me. As you know, I had a goal this summer to write the first draft of a new book I'm working on. And as of right now, I have written 17 chapters out of a planned 23. So it's going pretty well. Taking care of the baby while Carrie goes back to work, because that's kind of slowed that down. But, I still hope to get this first draft done before I go back to school. But, that's getting closer and closer, so I'm starting to sweat it a little. And a little update about show news is Sins of the Father. Sins of the Father is our secondary podcast that has yet to be released. For those of you that don't know what Sins of the Father is, it is a D&D podcast that is going to be under the Misconceptions banner. My good friend Phil is going to be DMing it, and he's doing a wonderful job. And you all know Christian, who has been on the podcast as Mohammed and then as Sir Edward in our OVA side quest episodes. He's also playing in it, playing a very cool and fun character. And then we have 2 other really great people that I'm really excited for you to meet. But a little update about that show. We have recorded 4 episodes so far. They've been really good episodes. There's a really great cast of characters that I'm really excited for you to fall in love with. And our plan for Sins of the Father is for us to record the entire season 1, which Phil thinks will be about between 11 and 13 episodes. So 12. No, somewhere around 11 to 13 episodes. And then we will start releasing it to you, our fans and listeners, But I hope you're excited about that. Whenever we originally made this plan, I had planned for it to come out during the summer. And now that summer is almost over, that obviously is not going to happen. So we don't have a set release date for it, but do not be discouraged because we are still working on it. We are, in fact, planning our next recording session right now. And don't sweat it. Since the Father is coming, it's going to be a really good show. A lot of great emotion and narrative and world building and character-driven plot. It's really good. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. I want to give a new shout out to our newest patron on Patreon, Scott Cnan. Well, who's seen more Nans than him? Nobody. Because he's Scott Cnan. Anyway, Scott, thank you for supporting us. We appreciate your support so much, and it really does help keep this show going. So, Scott, thank you, and thank you to all of our patron family. We love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Well, that's all the show notes I have for right now. How about we get back to the penultimate, second to last episode of Season 2.
About that time, Rin, you look up from your desk and you see a beautiful woman walk in the door. She has a tank top on, jeans, sneakers. She has a messenger bag thrown across. She has beautiful dark skin. Her hair is frizzy and pulled back in a bun. She has these white earbuds in, and she walks in and sees the two of you sitting, or Esther and Bill sitting in the room, and then Rin sitting at his desk staring wide-eyed at her. Hey, Rin.
Could you come into my office?
Yeah, sure. She walks into the office.
Do you know how to fix the thing on my head?
Yeah, where's your toolkit, Rin?
See, that's the thing. I don't remember, and I don't really know who you are. But I'm assuming your name is Deja, because you're obviously not Pablo.
She looks at Faye and looks back at Rin. Looks back at Faye. What's going on here?
He seems to have had a bit of a fall, and he hasn't quite gotten his memory back. He doesn't remember the last year.
So you don't remember... She pantomimes with her fingers between you and her. She smiles sheepishly. That's okay. It's fine. It's nothing. I think you remember it in the closet with the buckets. And you hear her go, and you hear all these buckets. Yep, okay, I found it. It's right here. She walks back in, and she pulls back your hood, and she kind of, as she's turning your head to look at you, the node on your head, she just looks in your eyes just for a moment, almost like she's looking, is there really a connection there, or... And she very quickly snaps your head to the side, out of view, and then starts to work on the node, and you hear her commenting wow, this... I mean, I know this is... I'm working on a computer modem that is inside my boss's head. I mean, it's weird, but it didn't look like this before. Pieces are moved around. Some pieces aren't working.
What do you mean they're not working?
They're just dark?
Well, could you make them start working?
Rin, I don't understand any of this. Really, I just tightened some screws last time and tweaked some wires into place and it just worked. This is... It's weird, Rin.
I agree. I don't know what it is, and yet it is in my head, and yet you know me very well, and I have no idea who you are. How about we work together on this, and you could help me, and I'll pay you extra here at Pascal and Associates.
She sighs. Sure. I'll help you, Rin.
Perfect. I'm glad everyone's in the helping mood. Just like me.
I'm not.
Faye like leaves them to their moment and walks out and like comes over to see Esther and Bill sitting on buckets. Looks like extremely confused. Reaches back and grabs the rolling chair that was at Deja's desk and like sits down. Turns it towards them and sits down in it.
Why'd you have to make it weird?
Why did I have to make it
Just
weird?
grab a bucket.
I don't want to sit on a bucket.
Oh,
I'm a lady. We sit
too
in
good.
chairs.
Too good for us. All right.
I have a lover now. I must
God
be proper.
save the queen.
Oh, rubbish.
What the crack?
What the crack?
So, what are y'all doing?
I'm
Bill
having,
is recovering from being punched by Esther.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to separate? Do you want to have a team meeting? Do y'all want to have a photo montage? Like, what are we doing?
Photo montage so I can heal.
I think photo montage would make sense right now because
Okay.
I am destroyed.
So are y'all going to separate and go your separate ways to do a photo montage? Or what? Stay here and do one?
Is the bar about to open for... No, we're not in the bar. We can do whatever we want here.
It's early morning, so the bar probably wouldn't be open.
I feel like we should sleep.
Is there a convenience store nearby?
Yes.
That's convenient.
Nah. The only way I'm gonna get better is if I have some sort of first aid. And apparently, this guy doesn't think he needs that here, so I'm gonna go down to the corner store.
I'm gonna nap on this bucket and hope that I feel better.
I'm trying to recover from my last activity.
Okay. And how do you do that?
With Deja fixing me up. Yep. Just gonna keep that one.
The things wrong with your head have to do with your theme.
Okay.
You cannot fix that with a photo montage. If you want to recover from your injuries, you could have a medical thing where she does use a first aid kit on you. But yeah, she will not be able to help you recover from like losing your theme.
Oh, I mean, I was talking about recovering from my wounds.
Oh, okay. So how does she help you?
I guess I've got like all these burns on my arms and stuff and on my chest, and so she's like helping bandage me up from the burns after Jimmy the Butcher. And she's trying to make conversation, but I have no memory of said fight, so I'm like, I have no idea how I got these.
Okay. And what injury are you at?
3 and 2 ticks.
Okay. I would say step it down to a 2.
Okay.
What about the rest of you?
I am sleeping in the same position, just like sitting there with my head back against the thing to try to get rid of this shaken thing, and I don't know, just like rest. I feel like my body's not gonna be able to heal if it's not rested, and I'm hoping that the culprit who punched me will return with some first aid stuff and help me out.
Okay. Esther, are you going to return with the first aid kit?
Yes.
Okay. So Esther does return with that. I'll say that your shaken is gone. And you step down your injured status by 1. Faye and Esther?
So Esther goes to the convenience store and gets the first aid kit and then returns and works on mending what she can.
Okay. Step it down by 1 to a, where you at?
3 and 1 tick.
Step it down to a 2. Faye?
I'm gonna. Faye doesn't have any injuries, and so she's gonna work the case. And I'm gonna call in to Woodard because I don't know how long it's been since I left him there.
You left him there as the sun was setting.
Okay.
Now the sun has risen, so you've been gone all night.
Okay.
You actually, as you look at your phone, you see a bunch of texts like, "Hey, where are you? Are you okay? That kid's going crazy. Don't worry, Muhammad got him. Hey, can you call me? I miss you. Where are you?" All these texts.
Okay. So Faye calls Woodard. Hey, I'm so sorry. We had the craziest night. How are the kids doing?
Well, they're doing all right. That X-Man?
Yeah.
X-Man woke up. He was very frantic. Luckily, Mohammed subdued him. And in the background you hear, "I sat on his chest."
Oh my gosh.
He did sit on his chest. I told him not to do it, but the other 2 kids were a little freaked out. Took them into your room, so they're in there right now. And I think everything's fine.
Okay.
And in the background you hear a honking horn and a dog barking.
Okay. Where are you?
On a jog.
On a jog?
Yeah.
Where are the kids?
In your room.
You're not with them? Who's with them, Woodard?
I'm sorry, tunnel.
You're not going through a tunnel.
Fine, I'm not.
Who is with the kids?
I left them there. We locked the door and the windows, but we had a mafia thing come up and I had to pursue.
Okay, what happened with the mafia?
First of all, are you safe?
Yes.
Okay. They were trying to extort different businesses, so I went and, Muhammad and I went and dealt with them.
Who did you kill?
Nobody you need to worry about.
Anybody I know?
Do you know many mafia soldiers?
You'd be surprised.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Has there been any other big thing in the city that's happened tonight?
Earlier this morning there was a big flash of light. Nothing too much.
Okay, yeah, that was me.
What?
Well, it was Ren, really. And Ren no longer has a memory.
What?
So we're working on that. Are you going to go back to the kids, or do I need to get back to the kids?
Faye, my realm of expertise is not best suited for babysitting.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I get that. Okay, well, I will take care of the kids. Thanks for your sort of kind of help.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, I'll see you later then.
Yeah, when do you want me? To see me.
I don't know. I'll text you when I know what my day looks like.
I look forward to it.
Okay. All right, well, love you, bye. And
What?
And then she's like, bloody. And she walks back in.
Okay.
Esther turns
So
to
that
her.
was working the case?
Yeah, so those were the questions I was asking. I got the clues I wanted.
Oh, okay. That was very natural. Okay.
Esther turns to Faye when she walks back in the room. Trouble in paradise?
No, he's so perfect and dreamy. and he left the kids.
Okay, I'm bored with you.
You think I was asleep, and I'm just gonna be like, I love you, bye.
I didn't mean to say that to him. I just now don't remind me, Bill.
Yeah, you should feel self-conscious about that.
Well, I do. Thank you for bringing it up.
It's good.
So apparently Woodard and Muhammad had some issues with the mafia last night, and some people were killed. Unsure who. But the kids are there alone.
Yeah, we should probably get to them. Somebody grab. I'll grab Bryn.
What are you gonna carry him?
I come back. He's like over my shoulder, kicking and screaming. No, you're coming with us. I'm gonna like knock on the door.
Yes, we're finishing up in here.
Don't make it sound like you can come in.
Hey, I'm gonna open the door like with my hand over my eyes.
Please.
All right, guys.
Please don't do that, please.
I just take my hand off.
I don't understand what everyone is thinking. She was only working on my head.
All right. Well,
Her dark skin flushes a darker red.
you two lovebirds. That's Deja. Do you need? Rin doesn't know anything. We're gonna borrow your boss for the day for at least for a while.
Yeah, Ren, what did you want us to do with the... Never mind, you probably don't remember that case. You know what? Pablo and I will figure it out.
Thanks, Deja. You seem like a really good team member. I'll recruit you to team lead and give you that pay raise like I was talking about.
Yes, sir, Mr. Pascal, you did talk about that. And y'all leave. Do you go back to Faye and Esther's apartment?
Yes.
Okay. You open up the door, it creaks open, and you see two heads duck down very quickly behind the couch.
Do you pull your gun?
Oh,
No.
Okay. Who's there?
Very slowly, you see two heads come up, the heads of Alex and Luke. Both of them have just powdered donut dust all over their faces.
You two scared me. Wash your faces. Good grief.
They scamper off.
Faye looks for X-Men.
Yeah, I was just about to ask where X-Men was.
You don't see them.
Oh, good grief.
Crikey.
what wasn't he? Didn't they say he was in your room?
You go into your room, he's not there. You do see a half-drunk liter of Coke, though.
Good. Alex, Luke,
Yeah.
where's X-Men?
Both standing in the hallway, wide-eyed. They look and point to a closet.
I open it.
You see X-Man like struggling, and you see Mohammed has taken like all the cords from your VCR and HDMI and different things and just tied him up in it and stuffed a banana leaf in his mouth. And he's just wiggling back and forth, contained as he is in the closet.
She frantically untangles him.
As soon as you untangle him, he tries to run.
Esther tackles him.
Okay, you tackle him, force him up against the wall. Like, I would assume it's like a cop style. You spread his feet apart and wrench his hand up. And he's just frantically looking around.
Dude, chill.
He does not chill. He keeps trying to get away from you.
He just.
I need the music. Where's the music? Here's the music.
I want to use my Inspire Calm.
Okay, I'll say that since you did this exact same thing before, you don't have to do it again.
Okay.
What do you want? What's the effect you want from it?
I'm wanting him to calm down so that we can have a conversation.
Okay, you calm him down. You go into his consciousness. You link your consciousness with his. And again, you hear that flute music. And as you sever the tie, the music ends, and he comes back to himself. And he like, Miss Esther, can you let me go?
Only if you can sit down and we can have a conversation.
Yeah, I'm okay now.
Esther slowly starts to let go.
Okay, and he slowly takes his arm back and kind of like rubs where you roughly manhandled him.
I'm a woman, and I'll thank you to remember
Where
that.
you roughly woman-handled him.
We move. Okay, that's gonna sound bad.
We move these things to the couch. Is that what you were gonna say? Okay, you sit
we
all
move
you
to
sit
the
all
couch.
3 former Rat Pack kids down on the couch.
Are y'all with us?
I'd assume so.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if we split or not. I couldn't remember.
We're there.
I look to Faye expectantly.
How was last night, kids?
Alex talks. It was fine. X-Men started to freak out a little. So Muhammad sat on his chest. And Mr. Woodard said he had to go. So they tied him up with cables and threw him in the closet and told us not to open it until they got back.
Okay. Well, they won't be babysitting anymore.
Okay. Well, Mr. Muhammad was nice. I don't think Mr. Woodard knew what he was doing, though.
Okay. That gives me hope for my future. So, X-Men, why do you keep trying to run away?
Because the music told me I had to. I don't hear it anymore. And Alex says, yeah, I don't hear the music either. And Luke, yeah, I stopped hearing it after Miss Esther talked to me.
She's very persuasive.
They all 3 look over at Esther in unison.
Esther plasters on a fake smile as friendly as she can.
It's a very Rosa Diaz smile from Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I know. But, X-Men, you still hear the music sometimes?
I mean, I did, but now I don't. It's weird. It's like, you know when you listen to a song so much, like you can't get it out of your head? And Alex and Luke are like, yeah, that's how it was. Like the Music Man, when he talked to us, it was like his words became like a song in our head, and we couldn't get it out. And X-Men says, and when you and everybody came and you were taking what's your name? My name's Alex. When you were taking Alex away, I remembered a song that the Music Man had told us, and it was to kill any adults that came. I mean, I know that sounds weird. It's not a song. It's like but it was in my head and I couldn't get it out. And then whenever y'all started to do that, I remembered that song. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense, actually. Did you ever physically listen to the music, or did it just show up in your head?
They all kind of look at each other. It was like when the Music Man talked to us, we heard music.
Okay, so just when he talked to you?
Yeah.
She turns to the rest of the group. So that means that night he was there.
And Alex speaks up. Well, not necessarily.
Okay, why?
Well, just like X-Man was saying, like, you don't have to hear a song to remember it. Like, sometimes he wouldn't be there, and we would just remember a song he said to us.
All at the same time?
They all kind of look at each other, and they're like, yeah, unless he sang a song to a specific group.
I don't have any notes from my vlogs about what we're talking about, so I'm kind of clueless about some Music Man. So this is all new information. This is really interesting. If we keep going, I'll record some of this later on my vlogs.
Okay.
Are they like a hive mind? So are they like a hive mind? Like if one kid hears it? No, because X-Man started freaking out, but the other two didn't.
Well, had X-Men been in it longer?
X-Men, were you in?
I was in it for like a day. And Alex was like, I was there for a while. And Luke says, I was there for like a week?
So maybe it's stronger when you first start.
Maybe.
Or maybe there's different tiers. Maybe he had a higher up command or something. So the influence was greater. Maybe he was like a commander or something.
Or maybe the more kids that are involved, the stronger it is.
That's possible.
Maybe he's telepathic.
X-Man, is it?
Yeah, Mr. Wren.
Of course you know my name. Why does everyone know my name? Anyways, so...
You didn't let us ever forget it. In fact, you pointed at us one time and said, my name is Ren Pascal, don't you ever forget it.
That sounds interesting. Cool. Well, when was the last time you saw the Music Man?
2 nights ago? He came with some guy in a lab coat and these big scary monsters. And the Music Man picked out a few of them and said, hey, we have a special mission. We're going to take you and do all these things. And then they went off, and then y'all showed up.
Do you know where the Music Man goes?
I don't know. He's always dressed really nice.
What does he look like?
He wears suits. He has dark hair. And green eyes. One kid says, I thought they were blue.
Is he like tall or short or skinny or big?
I mean, he's tall like you all.
Is he like skinny or big?
I mean, I don't know. He wears a suit. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Could I... Let me see if I could try looking up what you're talking about. I like pull out a laptop and...
So you Google dude in suits with dark hair.
Yep.
You get many results.
What did that mafia boss look like that talked to you? Because I don't think I knew that he gave you a coin.
What did he look like? 'Cause I don't.
Carmine Giuseppe.
Yeah.
He was a big guy, broad-shouldered, older. I think he was balding.
Okay.
I think he might have had a mustache. But he was definitely a bigger guy with kind of rings on his fingers.
He was a bigger guy with rings on his fingers.
No black hair?
Come again?
No black hair?
No.
Okay, never mind. Any prominent politicians that look like this? DAs, anything?
Pip Hamill? I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
How does Pip Hamill look?
He's a very handsome guy. I think I described him as kind of like a chiseled high cheekbone. I think he had dark hair that was kind of swept back and out of his face. I think that's how I described him.
Do we have a picture? Could I pull up a picture of Pip Hamill on the computer?
You could totally pull up a picture of Pip Hamill.
Did the Music Man look like this?
They all stop. They look at each other. They look at that picture. That's the Music Man. End of episode.
You're a jerk.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Misconceptions. Our next episode, the final episode of Season 2, will be released on August 12th. If you have Facebook or Twitter, you can follow us on both of those platforms to get up-to-date information about the show, behind-the-scenes pictures, or just chat with us and hang out. We also have an email, which you can email us at misconceptionspod@gmail.com. You can email us there. This show is wholly supported by the generous monthly givings of our patrons on Patreon. If you would like to support this show monetarily, click on the link below to join our Patreon. City of Mist is an RPG created by Son of Oak. You can find more of their products at sonofoak.com. The Misconceptions theme music was composed by Aaron Wharton, and you can find more of his music at aaronwharton.net. And that is it for this week's episode of Misconceptions, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for having fun with us. I hope that you play some games, have some fun, spread some love, and also remember, keep it nerdy, y'all.